India and Canada are certainly not happy with each other. The High Commissioner of Canada to India was summoned on Tuesday. They were informed of the Government of India's decision to expel a senior Canadian diplomat based in India. This was a reciprocal move from India's end over Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau's charge that it played a role in the June killing of a Khalistani terrorist. Earlier, Canada expelled a senior Indian diplomat and accused India's hand behind the fatal shooting of the Khalistani leader. Now the concerned Canadian diplomat has been asked to leave India within the next 5 days. Trudeau said that his government had credible allegations linking Hardeep Singh Nijjar's killing with the agents of the Government of India. The Indian government rejected the allegation as absurd and motivated. The Khalistan movement is a separatist movement seeking to create a homeland for Sikhs by establishing an ethno-religious sovereign state called Khalistan, and this movement is very strong in Canada. Canada has been among the favoured hubs of expat Sikhs. The past few months saw multiple Khalistani activities in Canada, including protests outside the Indian embassy and threat posters for Indian diplomats. This has caused much friction between the two nations. Canada has even postponed a trade mission to India, which was planned for October. Amid the turmoil, the question arises that why Justin Trudeau refuses to strongly condemn Khalistani activities in Canada. Is it because the country is somewhat dependent on the Sikhs? Sikhism in Canada has nearly 800,000 adherents who account for 2.1% of Canadian population as of 2021, forming the country's fastest growing and fourth largest religious group. The largest Sikh populations in Canada are found in Ontario, followed by British Columbia and Alberta. Canada is the home to the largest national Sikh proportion in the world and also has the second largest Sikh population in the world after India. Needless to say, a growing percentage of Sikhs contribute to Canada's economic growth in some or the other form. Canada's economy unexpectedly contracted in the second quarter at an annualized rate of 0.2%, and growth was most likely flat in July. This result shows the probability of a recession in the coming months. Also, rising inflation and historically high interest rates have triggered falling housing investment. The most impacted sector due to the economic crisis will be the employment sector. While 2023 has been the year where large multinationals have cut millions of jobs, the most impacted by job cuts are usually migrants or people who are on temporary visas. The diplomatic strains between India and Canada are now threatening trade ties. Talks on a proposed trade deal are now postponed. Canada has given very few details for the impasse, while India has cited certain political developments as the reason behind the postponement. According to Statistics Canada, bilateral trade in 2022 amounted to just 13.7 billion Canadian dollars out of Canada's total of 1.52 trillion Canadian dollars. In conclusion, 2023 has seen widespread declines in more than half of industries contributing GDP, and if employment sees a further drop, it will likely be called a recession in Canada.
Subscribe to One India channel and never miss an update.